with shapes for the pigs, and I decided to go with ovals because they just seemed the most innocent.
Much louder, Kendra. We can't hear you back here.
Okay. And then I was messing around with the colors, and I had them a light pink at first, but I thought with the rest of the story I would need to use a darker reddish pink thing. So that. And the first scene is I showed the houses that we built, and the first pig had a house of hay, and I used just like diagonal to show that it was kind of unstable. And the second house was made of sticks, and I used verticals and horizontals to show that it was a little more stable than the first one, but it's still like it still doesn't look very structured. And then the brick house is solid and it looks more stable, and I showed him still building it because it took longer to build. And this was the start of my first scene. It was showing the wolf blowing down the stick house and the two pigs running to the third pig's house. But I made the road red to show that, and the pigs on top of the road to show that they, compare the road to the pigs to show that that's what they were living on. And I made the wolf bigger to make it more scary. And because I made the road red, I could make the background orange, and it made it seem darker. And I added white diamonds to show that he was blowing down the house. And this is the third scene where the wolf is going down the chimney and the pig started a fire in the fireplace. And I made the fire out of triangles and just like combined them together. And that's pretty much it.
Why did you choose to be like so close up on the third scene instead of like farther away like you were the other one?
I wanted to pick up more instead of slide, I guess. And I didn't think that I need to show anything else except for the wolf in the fireplace.
Can anybody on that side hear? Can you hear what she's saying? Okay, you're going to have to be much louder. I know you're not going to be picked up on the microphone here. Okay.
Is there a reason you chose the colors you did?
I guess the red was for the pigs, and the orange just seemed to go along with the houses in the beginning, and then it ended up working out throughout the rest of the scene. So yeah. Yes.
I was wondering if one of the scenes you showed two houses into a photo.
Oh yeah. I wanted to show him just blowing down the last scene so I could show that both the pigs were running to the brick house, and they didn't have room for just the hay house anymore, so it should be the house being blown down.
Where's the review team?
Come on, team.
Which one was your favorite slide to make?
Probably this one, because the fire was kind of fun to make.
How long did it take?
I just put triangles together and tried to use a tool to combine them, so it took like 3 seconds. Yeah.
Why do you choose the background to be red also?
I didn't know if it made sense, but I kind of wanted to represent the pigs like they were inside the pig's house. I didn't make it orange because that side is orange, so that made sense to me like that.
One thing I'm having a little trouble with, if I look at the shapes that I understand in the context of the story that this is the tail of the wolf coming down into the fire, but you don't show that in either of the previous representations of the wolf. So there's not any visual continuity for that character in this third one. Now I know the story, but it would seem to me that, and I think the question about why did you choose to kind of zoom in closer for this on this one, kind of maybe suggests the same kind of thing, that there's not if you went back to your previous slides, see I don't see a tail there, and what about, there was another one in the middle, right? Don't see a tail there either. Right? So there's not any continuity. I don't, if it weren't for the fact that you told me this is the Three Little Pigs, I probably wouldn't even figure out that third image, right? The fire seems fairly abstracted. It's fairly busy. I don't know that we need all the white shapes in your fire, right?
So if I zoomed out.
Or put a tail on the, if you're going to show the tail on the last image, then put a tail on the wolf. I realize you made a decision to make the wolf larger to make it more threatening, but then you lost the opportunity to show the tail of the wolf that could then relate more to your last image and have that kind of character continuity.
Does your story mandate that it's his tail that goes into the fire first?
No.
So you also have the option of letting him fall down the chimney face first too. So you need something to make sure that we understand we're really dealing with the wolf there. And one of those decisions, obviously here we could have the tail added to the wolf here, so we'd be set up for it. Or you can simply reverse and it's perfectly logical for him to fall face first down and we'd be able to see it that way. Other observations here? Taylor?
Why did you make the wolf like so detailed and the pigs are just ovals? Like the story is about the pigs and the wolf, I guess, but the wolf is like really detailed.
I don't know. I just didn't think the pigs needed much detail to them, just because it's just the pigs and I don't know. Basically circles.
But they are the title of the story. And why is the story about the pigs rather than the wolf? It's not the story of the wolf, it's the story of the pigs. Why are they the title of the story?
Because they're the ones showing the lesson in the story.
They're what?
They're the ones showing the lesson in the story.
Yeah, and that lesson we learn because the three pigs approach life differently, right? And they have to be anthropomorphized to some extent, I would think, in order for you to make a distinction between one or the other. And if you're not going to show one pig different from the other, if you're just going to let the houses represent them, then we still need to see that they have a huge function in the story somehow. And I don't know, maybe with your fire scene in the end where the wolf comes down, that's where we need to have the smarter pig, the one who was the harder working and planned ahead, et cetera, somehow differentiated and really be part of that scene, because he's the cause of the wolf's demise, right? As long as you build lousy, shoddy houses, the wolf will triumph. But evil won't triumph if you have this pre-planning. And this is it's an interesting fairy tale to work with, because on the one hand, it's a very simple story, but you have to deal with the fact that the three pigs are different types of personalities in each case. All right, other questions and comments? All right, thank you.